Well, hello everybody. I know it's been a couple weeks since I did my last video. Actually, I have a few explanations. July 2nd, I took a fall at a party and I fractured a few ribs, so that knocked me out of commission for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm just finally starting to feel better now. I just want to give a little update on some of the strains I have available. For everybody that follows me on this channel knows most of the strains I've had for many years. I don't bring in too many new strains, especially Asian fish. These are all IFGA quality show fish. My half-black AOCs are really doing well. I have 3 lines now, but I'm going to be marketing them as just half-black AOCs because some of the half-black AOC purple leopards, under certain lighting and certain water conditions, aren't showing up as purple leopards, but showing up as a yellow or a green leopard. My white leopards, although they are white, will show up in some tanks as like a pale blue leopard. Overall, they're still very good fish. My half-black blues are really doing well. My regular blues are doing well. Let's see, my half-black greens, I made a trade with my friend Louis Tamarelli in Miami, and his caudals are a little bit lighter than mine. I think the black bodies on my half-black greens are much darker. Anyway, I still have my original line. I haven't sold any of his offspring yet, but I have 2 variations of the half-black greens. My half-black reds are my half-black reds, which I think are phenomenal. I'm going to be bringing some down to the, I shouldn't say down, I'm going to be bringing them up to Murfreesboro for the first show since the pandemic. Hope it's a good turnout. The club originally set aside a block of 20 rooms at the hotel, but so many people made reservations they had to book or get another block of 20 rooms at an adjacent hotel or motel to accommodate people coming to the show. Now, from what I understand, because of the pandemic, first priority are to those people who are judges that have contacted either the show chairman or one of the club members stating that they're going to attend. Mostly IFGA members, paid members, not IFGA Facebook members. That's not a member of the IFGA. That's only getting permissions to be on Facebook. An IFGA member requires a paid subscription. It's either $25 for a year or $150 for a lifetime membership. Anyway, enough of that. As of right now, I know there's at least 12 or 14 judges that are supposed to be coming. Originally, we were driving up in Michelle's motorhome, but she's been having some issues with that, so we don't think it's really roadworthy as far as the accommodations. The motorhome itself runs really well, but there have been some issues with the air conditioning, and there might be a water leak, and the new floor isn't down yet because of the water leak. But anyway, enough of that, and we'll just talk about guppies. So, the only thing I have new in the fish room, and I'm going to start making them available, I acquired these bluegrass a while back from Bruce Yates. They're a smaller fish. They're not up to my standard for IFGA quality fish, but they do have nice color, a nice pattern. I noticed a couple males coming up that aren't blue or green. They're more of a red bicolor or a red grass that have some potential. I have some available. I will include them in the video. I have my reds aren't available right now, but I have my blues, my Shubel Greens. I'm doing specials on the Shubel Greens because I have a lot of them. They're very prolific fish. And I also have another line I've made crossing the Shubel males onto my American green females. And they basically look like a Shubel green, but I think I added some depth to the body. The Shubel greens to me were in a real thick body, where my American greens have a thick body. So these are like the old Gorski Alderson greens that I've had for a long time. I was calling them whitetails for a while. And they do throw wide delta tails. They're really nice fish. But the green didn't show well at some of the shows, depending on the lighting conditions. So I haven't been showing those greens. But what's coming up now have a lot of potential.
Someone's at the front door.
So, I guess somebody's at the front door. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing the video. I have some nice half black purples coming up. I have my regular purples. I have a lot of purples. It'll probably be, my American purples are going to be on special also. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to be doing special. I'll mention in when I do the video of the individual fish tanks later, after we have our dinner. I will mention as I get to those tanks. This tank is on special. I'm going to try to put the labels on the specific tanks to make it easier for those people to actually watch the videos. And then again, if you're going to contact me, please contact me by email at guppyman1@comcast.net. I'm not going to be answering comments on the YouTube channel. I'd rather answer you on an email. I appreciate your contact information, so I'm talking to a legitimate person and not just somebody trolling me on YouTube or on Facebook. So anyway, I think my wife is trying to get my attention. I think our food is here. We just ordered Chinese food. So and I'm having fish. So all right, I'm gonna go eat, and I'll continue this video after dinner. I just finished dinner, and well, that was an enjoyable Chinese meal. Had my scallops and my shrimp with my pea pods. Anyway, so we'll talk guppies. So, I know I mentioned those Asian line that I'm messing around with. These are the F1s. These are, they're calling these bluegrass. And you can see they have a very intricate pattern. And they have that blow on the body, or that metallic, whatever you want to call it. There are some males that are non-grass that have probably the best shaped dorsals. What I don't like about Asian imports, one of the reasons I don't mess around with them, is the dorsal shape does not conform to IFJ standards. They're mostly a high dorsal or balloon dorsal, and it's very hard to breed this to an American strain to get rid of that dorsal. So I'm going to try. I know my friend Jean Bordier was successful years ago. He created some of the real nice half-black AOCs using a bluegrass HD line, HD meaning high dorsal. So as you can see, the Blau males, like that one there, has a better shaped dorsal compared to the regular grass, the blue or the red bicolors. Now the red bicolors are attractive fish, but they are smaller bodies, smaller fish. These fish will not compete well in the IFJ. But they are attractive, they seem prolific, and I am going to try to work on that dorsal. The intricate pattern in the caudal is really nice. The dorsal's fairly well matched, even on the red bicolors. So anyway, these are available, a limited amount. I'm not going to be selling too many of these because I will be using some of these for my own breeders. These half-black AOCs in this tank, they're going to the show. But I have some now. This is my own line of blue-green bicolor, has a grass type pattern, nice big bodies, quite prolific. I've been working on these for several years now. They're actually related to those that line I had available for a while that I was calling lemonades that came out of Utah. But you can see the Moscow genetics are still in the body. But slowly but surely I'm going to eliminate it. I have thrust these into my line of blue deltas. And some of them I'm hoping are going to show develop a multi-pattern. But time will tell. I have plenty of time. These are my American purples with the dark pectoral fins. I got to get in these tanks. I got all of next week to start selecting my entries for the Merceboro show up in Tennessee. That's a Deep South Guppy Club. That's the last weekend in August, and last weekend in July, first weekend in August. You can find the ifga.org on the website, all the information. There's certain restrictions about because of the pandemic that have to be met, but the information is on the website. Alright, here's some of my blues. I don't usually sell fish this large, but these are young. These are only 5 months old. This is about as old as I'll ship fish for sale. But I got some nice hit females in here. I have younger fish also, but this is my nice line of blues. I mean, I only have 2 lines of blues that are related, but this is basically what a tank of my 5-month-old blues will look like. All very similar fish. All nice shaped dorsals, matching in color. These are young Shubel Greens. I don't know if this is going to come out good in the video. It's right next to my light for the brine shrimp, and I don't feel like shutting it off right now. So, here's some nice young half-black AOC Leopards. When I say young, these are young. These are only 13 weeks old. I generally like to sell my trios or pairs with pre-hit females. And the reason I do that is because I like to ensure that my customers will have babies within a month's time, if not sooner. That's basically why you're buying breeding stock. And I can sell virgin females. I prefer not to unless I don't have any pre-hit females. It's usually I run out of virgins. But that's the way I do things. Not everybody, they don't all do things the same. Here's some of my young half-black greens. Another tank of my purples. These are real nice dark purple. These are some 4.5-month-old half-black blues. I think I only have 2 pre-hit females in this tank. And I'm not sure if I'm going to sell from this tank, because I have other tanks that have black blues. Half black reds. Been selling a lot of these. These are really good quality. I mean, most of my strains are good quality. I tend to say that a lot, but the fish isn't good, I don't send them. I won't ship, I won't sell them. These are nice half black reds. I have some virgin females in the baskets. I just sold a bunch today. I had a visitor today. Drove 4 hours. Spent some quality time in the fish room. It's nice to spend the day talking guppies. Don't get to do that much since I'm in Florida. Up in New York, I had visitors all the time. But anyway, I sent them home with some half black reds. So I just put some more virgins in this tank so they get pre-hit. And as you can see, all these males, I don't cull as much as other people do. I don't really have to. My fish are very few fish need to be pulled out after the first cull, which is usually about 6 weeks of age. Here's another tank of my bluegrass, or my blue-green bicolors. These are big fish. I mean, these are young, but they're big fish. These came out of my cobras. I'll call these AOC Bicolors. They don't have the vertical bars. These are F2s. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping this line. I have to make room. I'm running out of, even with my expansion, I'm running out of tanks. Okay, so I mentioned earlier about the cross I made with the Shubel males onto my American green females, and these are the F1s, and they're a thicker body. They have the caudal color of a Shubel green, but and some of the characteristics in the body showing the telltale signs of what I believe is a Moscow or a full green or whatever. You can see it in the head. But that's a Shubel trait, not an American green trait. But these are available. Here's another tank of my half black greens. I have some virgin females left. Another tank of half black blues. This is 1 drop of Shubel Greens. Let me back up so you can see. This is a 20 long turn the normal way, so you get an idea. And I apologize for the dirty tanks. My tanks are usually not full of brown algae or whatever, but I'm still trying to get a control on these LED lights, which I'm unhappy with. The fish room is a lot cooler with the LED lights versus the regular fluorescent, and the lighting isn't bad as far as capturing the colors of the fish, because they're up on the ceiling, but it is promoting too much algae. I've been cutting the time that they're on to try to combat the algae, but that means less time spent in the fish room because the light's being off. But I'll get it under control eventually. So anyway, the fish I'm going to make available probably going to be for next week's shipping, because I'm probably going to be busy the following week getting fish ready to ship. Well, not to ship, but to match my tank entries and my deltas or whatever, to get them ready to pack up. We're leaving on the 29th to the 30th of July to drive up to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, busy that whole week. So, and my specials are going to be like usual. 3 or more trios will get a good discount. Probably save a lot on shipping. Individual trios or 2 trios or whatever are going to be regular price. These are nice Shubel Greens. Here's another tank of my blue-green Bicolors. Nice young tank of half-black AOCs. You see how uniform they all are. Almost identical to each other. You won't see a different size fish. My lines produce very similar looking fish. It's not that I have to say, oh wow, that male, that's an exceptional male, I gotta pull that out to breed. I can almost pull out any one of these males from most of my lines, and he'll be a good breeder. The genetics are that stable. That comes from many years of selectively breeding set strains and not inbreeding them beyond 3 or 4 generations. I usually maintain 2 lines of my strains so I can not cross them, but I'm actually crossing from one line to another line of the same strain. That's what keeps the fertility up. It keeps the quality of the strain up, the virility of the males. And I've been doing that for years. And I've been breeding guppies for nearly over 50 years now. Anyway, enough talking about me. These are my American greens. I have young, I don't know if I'm going to be selling them. These are already almost 6 months old. Tails are still growing. These blues here, these are going to the show. These half-black AOCs will be going to the show. So here's some young American greens. If you like those greens in the previous tank, these are young. All pre-hit females in here. They're just 9 weeks old. Alright, let me come down to another tank here. Here's another tank of young half-black blues. My regular blues, these are young, these are available. I apologize for the dirty tanks. You know, I broke my ribs, I fractured 2 ribs at the beginning of July 4th weekend. And I'm just starting to get my act back together. So I'll be in here wiping down the glass and doing a manual water change, and besides the automatic water changes, just to get some of the poop off the bottom. Another tank of half-black blues. Nice young half-black reds. Some cobras. AOC, they will be shown in the AOC bicolor class. There is no class for a cobra. They're not snakeskins. These are also very similar looking fish. They're not oddballs. Young half-black white leopards. Now you can see the difference between a white leopard and a yellow leopard. These are actually purple leopards. They're all half-black AOCs. Let's see what I got down here. I think these are more purples. Half black blues. More purples. Half black reds, but I think this tank here, since I don't know if there's any females left in here, I think I might be moving these into the other fish room, into a 20 long, and get these ready for the New England show. This is another tank of Asian grass. This is one of the first drops. I have some the Musso half black white pastels. I have a tank a little bit older than these that I might make available if you're interested. These are a half black bodied fish with a creamy white tail, hopefully not yellow. I wish the half black in the body was a little bit better, because when I compare them to my line of half black AOCs or half black blues, they're not as dark in the body. I don't know how they're going to be received on the judging bench, but they are a nice strain, and Gary has had these for a long time, and I trust that with selective breeding they will be show quality. Another tank of cobras. Alright, let me walk around over here now, see what I got in the other fish room. I'm not going to show my breeders because they're not available, and I don't want to put out the eye candy and then everybody can say, oh, I want those. Alright, so here's some more mature half black AOC white leopards. 3 head females. Another tank of purples. I mean, there's no mistaking that these are purple. Occasionally you'll have a line of purples. In certain lighting they look green, or they look green and purple, or iridescent greenish purple. These are purple. There's no doubt. These are purple. Here's a young tank of blues. Another tank of young half black AOC leopards. This is the ideal age to get breeding stock. Another tank of blues. These half black reds are getting ready for Merceboro. I hope they show well. Another tank of the half black white leopards. The pattern in these, as far as the leopard, seems to have faded in this drop, but they would still be shown in the half black AOC class. They remind me of the old Mike Regent half black AOCs that he did very well with in the 80s and early 90s. These are some blues that probably go into the show. Let's see what we got in this row, and then I'm going to end the video. There's another tank of young half black greens. Another tank of white leopards. There's the tank of half black white or half black pastels that I will sell from. You can see the difference. See the half black in these bodies compared to the half black in my half black AOCs. So I'm going to work on them. I mean, they're a nice line. Gary does very well with these. So I'm sure I just have to do some work. but it's a nice, if you like half black white guppies, these are available. There's all the half black purples. Down here are just fish getting ready for the shows. Have some half black AOCs going. Some half black blues. These are all shellfish down there. And that's about it. There's some of my half black blue breeders. I have so many drops of babies. I haven't been pulling babies out. Running out of tanks. My full reds, I got a couple drops. This is something I'm messing around with. These are not a half black fish. The females are, but the males are more of a purple body, dark purple body with a purple spotted tail. Just another challenge. My half black, these are my half black purple breeders. The male in this tank has the most perfect parallelogram dorsal I've seen on a half black bodied fish in a while. It's almost like you cut it with a razor, which I don't do. But if he gets out of there, you'll see. Well, he just likes hanging out under there. Let's see if he comes down. I guess he doesn't want to come. He thinks he's getting fed. There he is. No, just staying up on the top there. Perfect parallelogram dorsal. Anyway. These are my Shubel Green breeders. And these are, hopefully these are going to go to Merch Bowl to show. These are the Shubel Greens. Another young breeder's half black blue. Alrighty. So, I'm going to put my email address on the screen, and that's the way to contact me. And once we set up communication as far as the email and your phone number and stuff, we could converse on the phone or text back and forth. Okay, that's what I prefer to do. Alrighty. Okay, have a good night, everybody.